What's going on, guys? Eternal Wind back with another Ghost of Tsushima video, and today we're going to cover a new hunter build, one that I have never tried since the game released additional ultimates for each character on the hunter, and that is actually going to be this guy right here, Burning Gaze. Now, I had some people say, hey, why not try out the Burning Gaze ultimate? And it's something I've actually never done. I pretty much always stuck to All-Seeing Eye, but for something a little different, I figured why not? Let's give it a go. And it actually is pretty fun. So this is going to be a build that focuses on pretty much as much fire damage as you possibly can get. We're going to forego ultimate damage for increased status effect and fire damage. So let's get right into the build. I think since we're already here, we'll go ahead and cover the techniques since you can already see them. Obviously, with this being a build focusing around fire damage, we're getting Explosive Arrow. We're getting our double legendary here with status effect damage for obvious reasons. And then again, we're going Burning Gaze for something a little different. So, as far as the gear, now, I've played around with this a little bit, and for me personally, I think you have two wonderful options. Option one, which everything is going to remain the same except for your ghost weapons. So, let me go ahead and cover the Katana, the Bow, and the Charm, and then we'll get to what you can change out for Ghost Weapons 1 and 2 if you'd like. So again, as per usual, Moon Katana. We've got perfect parry windows so that we can get those headshots in when we need to build resolves. You're going to get more resolve from that than you are the counterattack that stems from it. And then we are rocking Oni damage because, again, this is more of a fire build more than an ult spam build. So this is going to help with both our ultimate, our explosive arrow, our fire arrows, all that stuff. And then Burning Blade, because you're obviously not going to be using your katana all that much on a hunter. But if you run out of arrows or you just have somebody right in your face, you can Moon Master cancel them and set them on fire. Fire-centric build. There you go. Obviously, the Skipping Stone Bow. You pretty much want to run this over the Weightless Spirit whenever you're not running All-Seeing Eye. By not doing that, we only can hit 3 enemies with our ultimate. Obviously, with skipping, we can hit 6. So you definitely want to run that for this build. And then, as per usual, range damage, reload speed for reload cancels. And then you can either do helmet or shield piercing ammo. Doesn't really matter. Either one. Just depends on what you're fighting more of in the week. And then headshot refund is pretty much a given. I do really like shield piercing when you are pretty much either doing a solo run or a run in which you're going to be grouping up a lot of enemies and then dropping smoke, because a lot of enemies have shields, so they're going to block their heads while you're in your smoke trying to get headshots. It can be pretty annoying. Again, both helmet and shield piercing ammo work great. As for the Hunter Charm, so again, we went a slightly different route here. We're foregoing ultimate damage for the sake of fire damage. Obviously, we need Hunter ability radius. And then the one thing that pains me about this build is to be optimal with it, you got to drop Blessed Arrows. So you want to get Fire Master so you get an additional 25% damage. So with that and status effect from the technique tree, that's 50%. And then you're going to get an additional 20% from fire damage, so it's going to be 70%. And then if you hit somebody with foul arrows, that's going to be 95% extra fire damage to weakened enemies. And then you can add another 10% on top of that for 110% when it's an Oni. So it can get kind of crazy. And I'm going to show you some pretty scary damage. I kind of thought about messing around with Injos and stuff like that, but you really need Blessed Arrows to kind of work around that extra damage. So yeah, we're foregoing Injos and Blessed Arrows. So because we cannot heal, we don't have Blessed Arrows to heal ourselves, this is where I feel like you have two wonderful options, and both are good, both for different reasons. So you can either go the Spirit Kunai, which I have here with cooldown on kills, status effect duration, supermassive, and hidden blades, and then an Epic Smoke Bomb, which I like to run cooldown reduction and cooldown reduction on kill, munitions, and lucky. So, what you could do if you needed or wanted to heal, you're going to drop the Spirit Kunai, I know. Ugh, painful. And I like to run either a sticky bomb, not either a sticky bomb, just a sticky bomb. And for my preference, I want to have status effect duration because it's actually going to, keep the damage from the Spirit Kunai if you switch it out. But this is another way to cause fire damage with our build. Fire, right? And cooldown on kill, you kill so much so fast on the hunter that you're going to be able to use this a lot even without like Spirit Kunai and stuff. And then the increased radius is going to help us since we don't have blast radius on here to set as many people on fire as possible. You don't need ghost weapon damage or anything like that for this. And I don't think you need blast radius since you have increased radius, so that's where we're getting our extra damage from our status effect duration on there instead, as far as the properties and perks are concerned. And then you can swap this boy out right here for a mist. Exact same perks and stats as the epic. So you would end up looking like this instead if you wanted a way to heal. I think this is a great alternative. You're going to have team healing just like you would with Blessed Arrows, even though I think Blessed Arrows is better. But we can't run it full damage-wise without some type of sacrifice. So we are going to drop Spirit Kunai for this particular showcase. Obviously, this is going to hurt your ability to use Explosive Arrow. But with your ultimate doing fire damage, you always having fire arrows at your disposal and a sticky bomb that can set stuff on fire, you're gonna have multiple ways of inflicting that fire damage status effect without having to worry about, oh, I don't have a Spirit Kunai to get my explosive arrow back. There are gonna be situations where, especially if you run with a party, that you're not really gonna be able to run into a group them all up, exploding arrow, throw your Spirit Kunai, and get it all back anyway, because other people are going to be all up in there, balls deep, trying to get kills, right? So let's rock this. Let's do a solo build showcase, and let's see what this looks like.
What legend would you like to hear? One of my favorites. The Shores of Vengeance.
Alright, so I'm going to go straight for the Tengu and just pop him with one fire arrow so you can see what the damage looks like. It's not quite enough to kill him in one shot, but this will just give you an idea as to how much damage this build can do. Alright, so didn't mean to completely drop off the face of the earth there. Pretty good damage. Pretty good damage. I love how he can throw crows, right? But he throws a kunai at me. Like, what is this? Alright, so since I can, let's go ahead and group these guys up as best we can here. Actually, this would be a good spot right here. Beautiful. Also, keep in mind, now watch this. Yeah, you still get a lot of ultimate damage even though you don't have ultimate damage. That was nasty, actually. Good God. Alright, we got dudes from the other zone coming up in here. No big deal. That guy kind of screwed me out of my headshot. Alright, now you can just watch them die to that burning blade, right? Alright. So that was a really nice demonstration of fire barrels, because the fire barrels do damage based on your status effect, damage, perks, and properties, right? So if you're loaded on that stuff like we are, it can do a lot of friggin' damage. A lot of friggin' damage. Alright, but now, let's see, old Crow Boy's down here freaking out trying to find us, right? I don't know what is happening here, but I will take that shit. So what I'm going to do is try to group these guys up. I'd like to get the other... I tried to run away. Let's go ahead and drop this because we're low. Yeah, he's... Okay, alright. We'll do this. Alright, so it still does lots and lots of damage. Look at the burning damage that we got here. It's good shit, right? Okay. So now we'll do this. Well, if they would stop freaking out for 5 seconds, and it's because of these guys right here. So what we're gonna do... Oh, I really wish you wouldn't. Alright, that should be good right there. Almost friggin' died. Alright, so there's a nice look at what the exploding arrow damage is going to look like. And then he's actually... Look at the damage from Burning Blade, guys. That's actually pretty good. I couldn't even see him because... Oh my god. Alright, I know you like to go downtown with that. Oh yeah. Alright, so some nice damage there. We're obviously low health, so we're going to go ahead and drop, again, our mist, get some fire arrows. That's always nice. Go ahead and load up here. And obviously you can drop this back to back whenever lucky procs. I really think you should get more healing. They have altered the Misty Yagata a couple of times, and man, it still needs work. I just don't think the healing is quite good enough. Alright, so what I'm gonna try to do, first off, we gotta kill Tengu Boy, right? So let's go ahead and do this. And then... Alright. Oh! He frickin' ducked! That's a bummer. But as you can see, the burning damage, and especially being on the skipping stone, right? Gotta love shields. It does nice damage. Look at that, nice. We'll just cut him down. Yeah. A little sloppy, but that's not the build. That's me. That's from pumping out as much For Honor as I've been pumping out here recently. But yeah, it's actually a really fun and definitely a different build. I really didn't mean to do that, so we're gonna go ahead and run in here and hide while I end this video. Didn't realize I had capped all the spots here, but guys, that's gonna be an example of the build. This is going to, as you can see, focus more on fire damage than anything else, but you can see just how much damage you can pump out with your ultimate, even without having ultimate damage. I mean, obviously you do lose the ability to strike an additional 4 total targets by having All-Seeing Eye, but this just gives you something else to do with the hunter if you're feeling like you want to just set everything ablaze. This, with the explosive arrow, a nice sticky bomb with fired up and all that status effect damage, or fire damage rather, with status effect duration. It's quite nice. But before we go ahead and lose this, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. But again, this was an example of the build. If you enjoyed the video, please consider smashing that like button and subscribe to stay up to date on all of my content. I appreciate you guys coming out, and I'll catch you on the next one. Doses? Oh, what, you want some of this? You want some of this right here? Bitch! Bitch! Bitch!